Hi, Mr. C here, and I have everything in front of me to go ahead and glue up our upper cabinet face frame. We're almost finished with this face frame, and I know it's been several steps, but we want to make sure we do this right, and I want to make sure that you have all the right information to make sure that you're successful every single time you do this. Before I start, what I want to make sure I have is I have all the right pieces, I have the right parts, I have the right tools to the job, and the glue, a wet towel, to make sure that I have everything that I need to be successful. Now what I've done is I have two 40-inch K-body clamps. I have one 24-inch K-body clamp, and this will help keep everything square. Okay, I also have all the parts to my face frame. I have the left and right side, the top and bottom, and the single mullion that goes in between where the door is shut on. I have my 6 tenons that are dynamos from Festool. I have a rubber mallet just to make sure, or a dead blow mallet, just if I have to tap something just in case it's slightly out of alignment. I have my PVA or yellow glue, and I have a wet towel to wipe off any squeeze out or any excess glue that comes out onto the project. What I want to first start is with, I want to go ahead and put some yellow glue onto the surface of my tenons. Now these are going to swell as they get wet from the moisture in the glue, and that'll help fill the gap. What I'm doing here is I'm getting glue on all the surfaces of the tenon to make sure I get proper adhesion. Now I used a paper towel here underneath because I don't want to have glue on my bench, right? So now I have my towel. I can wipe off the excess off my hands. Now it never hurts to go ahead and size the end grain just a little bit. And this is only going to take a minute to do. All I'm doing is just putting a little bit of glue on the end to help with the adhering of the project. While I'm doing this, it's going to soak in the end grain just a little bit, and that'll help. Also, the real power to the joint, as far as the strength to the woodworking joint, is going to be from the end, from the grain that's running along the surface, so along this way with the grain, not so much the end grain. So I do want a little bit of glue to go inside the mortise that has been created by the dynamo machine. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit. So now I have the grain sized. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start putting my tenons. These, if you recall from the video prior to this, is a 40 by 6 millimeter tenon. Don't be afraid to use a little bit more glue if you have to. But you want to try and stay away from your sanded edges or your sanded surfaces, that you're not wiping hands or picking up the surface with glue on your fingers, because you're going to end up having to sand that out again. So you want to be careful of that, okay? This glue does dry relatively quick, so you want to move very quickly. And I would rather have a little bit of glue, extra glue on here, than have a glue starved joint. I don't want this coming apart ever. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and assemble. I'm just going to pick this up. I'm going to grab one K-body clamp, place it here. I'll move this stuff out of the way. So we'll tap this perfectly flush. Up, take this side up. I'll tighten this up. Now remember, you only need about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure on this. It's not like you have to give it a whole bunch. So, go ahead and flip this over this way. Now that I've removed any excess glue that's or squeeze out, this is all set. Now what I want to do is I want to let this set. I know that cure time and dry time are two different things. Dry time in the shop, because it's about 75 degrees in here, it's about 45-50 minutes. For full cure time, they say it's 24 hours. So for this particular PVA yellow glue, that's our times. So I want to leave this in the clamps for 24 hours. So next time you see me, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure this goes and gets clamped right onto the top or the face of your upper cabinet, and then the construction of the cabinet will be complete. So until next time, I'm Mr. C in the shop. I'll see you. Have a good one. And remember, be safe.